Welcome back, everyone. It is now time for 3x3 head-to-head finals at Western Championship 2024. Me, Manu Singhal, and Michael Chai will be leading you through this. We got 12 awesome competitors from the West and everywhere else. They're going to duke it out for the championship title. A for the Western Championship, and B for the overall winner. There's a big cash prize waiting for our competitors here. Mr. Michael Chai, what are you most excited for looking into this?
Yeah, so really, I'm excited for a lot of different areas. I'm most excited, obviously, to watch Max Park solve.
Yeah.
And every single time he does a solve, it's a world record watch.
Yeah.
That's what we like to say. And in fact, I mean, obviously, he has the 3-1-3 world record currently.
Exactly. It takes just one good scramble. We could see the world record broken right here. In this venue, we are streaming live from San Diego, University of California, San Diego. Thanks for having us. This is CubersLive as a production of West Coast Cubing in collaboration with SpeedCube Shop, the sponsor of not only this live stream, this competition, but also West Coast Cubing as a whole. You've seen the ads throughout the stream today. Do check them out. They got a great line, and they got a great new player in Max Park as well. So you'll get to see him shortly.
Correct. That was actually one of the secret announcements of our stream that basically was surprising everybody, is that Max Park is officially now sponsored by SpeedCube Shop.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Max and SCS. There are other people that we're interested in watching too. So most specifically, we're thinking about what it really means to be a Western champion. And even though Western champ is a little bit out of reach, like someone like Varun Mohanraj looking for his first sub-6 average.
Yeah, definitely. And he definitely has the capability to get there. He has been in the head-to-head situations before. He was in Nationals finals as well. So he has the experience. He has the solving caliber, the capability. He's definitely leveled up his game since then as well. Another big name to look out for, Max Yao, not from the West Coast. He is from the Pacific Northwest, a completely different region in the United States. An absolute top competitor in every single event that he does. And he's looking to claim number 2 and get his hands on some moolah so he can fly back home.
Correct. And then also, we have people that are root solvers. So Kavin, Tangtar Tharakul.
You got it. You got it.
Say that 5 times fast.
Not quite.
Yeah. Excellent root solver, and also placing 9th in semis. So we will see him in the second match of head-to-head.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. Here's a name who's sitting right now at number 12, was the last one to make it in with an 8.28 average in the semifinals. Visway Murthy, a kid from the Bay Area in Northern California. He's a guy that I've seen kind of come up as when he first started competing, just like, I want to say like last year or earlier this year. And he's come with, you know, he's probably not going to win, but this is going to be a big finals moment for him. I'm excited to see how he does in all this pressure.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people, this is going to be a first-time experience.
Yeah.
And we also have just so many qualified top-tier competitors. We have people like Vishal Shankar, we have Paul Mavi, Shah-Nathwani, name staples. Jeremy Bulambot from Arizona, name staples.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. Legends are going to be forged in the fire that is head-to-head finals. Our MC, Chris Martin, is going to bring in the competitors now. We briefly mentioned this. Head-to-head means they are going to be brought 2 at a time. We're going to start off with our 11 and 12 seeds. They're going to be brought in. We got some little music playing for them in the background. They're going to be up there on, there's only using 2 stations, the red and the blue stages. They are right next to each other. We have instructed the competitors not to be looking at the other competitors' solves as they happen. And we're just going to go 2 by 2 by 2 all the way up. The winner is going to be decided based on average of 5. We're going to have live tracking for you available as once all the competitors have gone in. It's going to be an absolute whirlwind. I'm so excited.
So we should deep dive a little bit more as they're getting the introductions for our head-to-head finals about our 12th seed and our 11th seed. So as you mentioned, our 12th seed is going to be Visway Murthy.
Yeah.
Right, from Northern California, but also our 11th seed, hailing from Mexico, Joaquin Hernandez.
Yeah, one of the best Mexican competitors there is. He's very well-rounded. I mean, you saw him earlier in the 2x2 round, just narrowly getting second place. Also in pyramids, getting the 1.99 Mexican national record at Nationals. So he's a quality competitor, good at many different events. And here we go. We're doing the introductions now.
Yeah. This is going to be really exciting. So Visway Murthy being introduced, he did get an 8.28 average to secure his bid as the 12th seed, narrowly beating out Nipun Das, who also got an 8.28 average.
Yeah, he also got an
and
8.28.
lost by single by only 0.06 seconds.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible. That's extremely tight.
That is amazing. This must be an amazing experience for Miss May.
Yeah, I mean, it must be so cool. I mean, he's an awesome competitor to see.
Yep. And for Joaquin, he's definitely a little bit more seasoned, but also a newer cuber in a sense that he was really competitive in 2022, but also starting in 2017 officially.
Yeah.
So he's got some competitions under his belt.
Yeah, he's got 50 competitions done officially. He has a 6.78 average officially.
Yes.
So a very good competitor in his own right. The venue has gotten a bit quiet, so we will keep quiet as.
I mean, you could just feel the
Oh
electricity.
yeah. Oh yeah. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The first of our head-to-head finals, broadcasting live from San Diego, California. This is Western Championships 2024.
All right, so Vismay, who is the lower seed, go ahead and.
Love to see the smile on his face. He's looking ready for it. All right, just taking a second to collect himself into the head-to-head final. All right, scramble 1. Everyone is going to get the same scramble. Interesting. Yellow is the first thing that I saw, but he still has white on bottom. Wondering if it's a white-only type solution. Here we go. Turning looking a little shaky out of the gate. He looks like he's getting more comfortable with it though.
Wow.
J-Perm to finish 8-12.
You know what?
Solid start.
That was pretty impressive on Vismay's end.
Yeah.
What I want to say is he had a rough start to the solve, but he really flew through F2L, and the last layer was amazing.
Yeah, I actually really like the way he composed himself and went into the second half of the solution there. You know, just because you do these PLLs all the time, you are training them, but in a high pressure situation, you know, this is the first thing to fail, right?
Yeah. The most likely thing that you'll see in these high tension situations are these logs.
Mm-hmm. All right, looks like Joaquin also has white on bottom right now. Looks like that is the cross color of choice. Yep. Flying through F2L, long solution on that F2L number 3. OL kind of locking up there, not great execution, 934.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Like, the solution is not terrible, but just a lot of lockups in this in the overall solve.
I mean, you saw that F2L number 3. That looked like a pretty long solution for, you know, a pair that was already had the edge oriented too.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was one of those kind of solutions that's like one of those fallbacks. You know, you might as well do something that you're comfortable with, just so that you don't, you know, lock up and make a mistake. Not necessarily a bad choice, just a bit of a trade-off.
Correct. And Vismay, you know, having the advantage at this point, right? And
Yeah.
we'll have to see how far he's able to collect himself. Is he going to get a 6 or a 7 on the stream is yet to be determined.
Yeah, and once again, everyone, I mean, that you've only gone through Scramble 1. There are 4 more scrambles still to be revealed. We have no idea what could be hiding behind those.
Yeah.
Ready.
All right, he's ready as he picks up his cube. He once again has white on bottom, suggests to me that he is a white cross-only solver.
Yeah.
Inspection time has passed into F2L now. Looking pretty good. I liked those first 2 F2Ls. This is a 7-7-0. Great solve. Great solve.
So something interesting that we saw in that solve was as soon as he finished across, there was actually a pretty big pause.
Yeah.
Again, his execution is excellent, but that's a sign that in inspection, he's probably not able to inspect that cross +1, which at this level is almost an expectation.
Yeah, definitely. But it does mean that he had good look ahead to continue.
Correct. It probably, you know, at that level,
That's promising.
he's probably just got some nerves to deal with and is figuring out how to inspect it efficiently.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Game scramble here. Like he's also going to go ahead on that white cross. Again, this is a bit pausey.
He's got a
tad
nice
locky.
Soon case. What was that? Back soon into an RA perm?
RA looks what sound right to me.
Yeah. I always forget if that's back soon or anti soon. I get the two mixed up.
I actually get them mixed up too. They do look very similar at this full speed.
Left soon. That's what I like to call it.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so Vishmay into solve number 3, and he has commanding position.
Yeah, I expect to see Vismay kind of settle in here, unless there's like a absurd scramble. To me, he's the type of competitor that, yes, he's young, but he's more mature than he lets on. Yeah, he's taking his time to just warm up, make sure he drills his algs down.
I feel like he's warming up significantly longer here. I hope he doesn't psych himself out. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Ready.
There we go. He's readied up. I mean, he could be looking at PR potential too. He's on pace for it right now.
Yeah.
8 seconds.
White cross yet again.
This kid turns fast.
It's a bit locky though, unfortunately. Yeah, long F2L solution. 896. It's good to see that he isn't too miffed by it because, yeah, it was long and unfortunately did look like it kind of cost him there because he did lock up quite a bit more.
Quite a few lockups. He just tried to turn through it. And, yeah, got to be a little bit more efficient. You can definitely slow down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, Joaquin now. He's got 9 and 9 to start off. Not particularly savory. He's going to look for a comeback here.
8 seconds.
That edge being solved is going to help him out a little bit. Yeah, good cross.
Yeah.
Joaquin also turning incredibly quickly, but got a much better solution. 823.
Yeah.
Well done.
That was very good. The PLO was struggling just a little bit to wrap up. It could have been a 7 possibly, but it's really hard to say. 823, you'll take it any day.
Yeah, I mean, especially after starting 9-9.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, scrambling and running on top as Vismay has already received his cube into solve number 4. I mentioned that he was on PR pace before. Technically still possible, but he is probably going to need to count that 770 now. 795 is his PR average.
I don't like this from Vismay, and this is something that, you know, maybe he'll be able to prove me wrong here, but you don't want to think too much before your solve. That's at least a personal preference of mine. He's taking longer and longer to get ready.
Ready.
There we go. He's ready now. You can hear it kind of echoed in the venue. It's that quiet in here.
I mean, maybe he's stone cold. We'll have to see what happens. Whoa,
that was a good solution.
What
really good
is
F2L from Vismay.
this?
702.
Vismay with the 702, doing the wide F2L solution.
Yeah, that was nifty to see from a competitor of his age.
He must be watching some Felix Zemdex.
Now that was a good solution. There you
Yeah,
go. And, then
and
he's counted that 770, so now his BPA, that would be a new PR for him. That would actually beat out a couple other folks in this field too.
And also mentioning, I've seen this OLO so many times. I love that. I love that OLO. Because you're able to kind of really see where that PLO goes.
All right, Joaquin now, solve number 4. Can he find the same solution that Vismay did and execute to the same level? I like his turning so far, pretty smooth. Going into well PLO now, G perm to finish, 791.
That's not too bad.
That's good. That's good. He's trending in the right direction here.
Yeah, Joaquin is doing better and really seeing that his solutions are getting smoother and smoother and smoother.
All right, Vismay now on to solve number 5. Now, even though it isn't in the... Okay, yeah, there we go. It is up in the tracker now, so there you go. Our first averages have populated. It is possible for Joaquin to still win this matchup. He can get 842 best possible average. Vismay could get worst possible average, 8.56. In that case, Joaquin will be ranked ahead of Vismay. But in order for that to happen, Vismay would need to count 9.86 or something. Yeah, you need to count 9.86, so he needs something worse than that.
Ready.
All right, here we go. There's quite a lot here on white. Actually see some stuff here as well. I think that was a similar solution to what I would have done. To F2L, quick into OLL, bit locky, but then E perm to finish, unfortunately, 8.40. I think Visme is not going to get his PR. Yes, correct. He is not going to get his PR 8.07, but not too bad. I mean, when you end with an E-perm, you can only get so good of a solution. Not bad solving out from Visme.
Yeah, so Joaquin's final solve coming into play right now. Really not able to get too much out of this. The BPA 842.
8 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately that means that he's not going to be able to beat Visme, but this looked like a pretty nifty F2L solution. He's going to have a 6.
Wow!
Nice.
That was excellent.
Yeah, I mean, that was a quality solution we saw out from Joaquin there.
Congratulations to both competitors. That was amazing.
Yeah, great solving from both of them. Especially, I'm very impressed with Visme. He's almost certainly not going to win this competition, sure. But to be able to do that in this type of situation, his first ever head-to-head final, I think he did a great job. Joaquin Ruenes Hernandez, also not a particularly great average for him overall, 8.42. He got second in this matchup, but that 5.74 in this kind of atmosphere, you know, there's some high tension here. When Visme said that he was ready, you could hear that echo throughout the whole venue. As we're going to start to bring on the other two competitors. All right, there we go. We got a good one coming up next.
Placed third place in 4x4 at the North America Championships 2024.
All right.
Ari Randers Pearson.
We talked to him earlier today. He didn't necessarily think he was going to make 3x3 finals here, but here he is. He's looking good in the number 10th spot.
Yeah, Ari Randers Pearson, very exciting.
Hometown hero from La Jolla, California, Kavin Tank Tartarkul.
There we go. Chris Martin with the absolute on-point pronunciation. Kavin Tank Tartarkul, as he mentioned, is the hometown boy from San Diego. The Rue solver, the lone one in this entire group, representing the entire method of Rue.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really fun matchup. You know, neither of these competitors are really in it to necessarily win the entire thing. Obviously, they want to perform as well as possible, but you know, it's going to be a little bit tough for them to get onto the podium per se. But I think we're going to see some spectacular solving from them because the pressure's off.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, seeing here that Ari has a 735 official average, and these are our first competitors that have gotten sub-8 from the semifinals.
That's right.
So we will be able to see a lot more fun solves, and also keeping in mind that last scramble is very, very interesting.
Yeah, what's going to be even crazier is to see how Kavin reacts to it. Remember, we saw... All right, I'm going to keep my voice a little bit low for this one.
Yeah.
Just so that I don't spoil too much. On that last one, we did see a 1x2 block. That's going to be huge for Kavin. I don't know what orientation he uses because it was blue bottom, but if he can make use of that, he's in business.
Yeah.
All right, to start things off here, our 10th seed. Onto this first scramble. Just adjusting himself a little bit as he looks around the cube, trying to plan out his cross and any additional solution. Not too much to comment on here. Up until the very end, unfortunate lockup execution errors there, 10.64.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Ari in the sense that, you know what was interesting to me? It's interesting to see Ari spend less inspection on 3x3 than 4x4 because I expect him to skip parity on 3x3.
Well,
every second in 4x4, whereas 3x3, I don't even know if he wastes 8 seconds.
Well, for what it's worth, he is skipping parity on this puzzle. All right, everyone. Here we go. You're about to see a demonstration in the Rue method. Kavin is going to build a block on the left-hand side first. Yeah, just like this. Now he's going to build the second block, going into CMLL now. And last, I really like that last 6 case.
Yeah.
That looked really fluid. Just immediately after CMLL knew exactly what to do.
That LSE bailed him out a little bit because the solve was not going fantastic. Just a lot of pop, right?
I liked first block. I thought first block was good. Second block I thought was slow and not quite there. I actually expected him to get to CMLL a little bit, quite a bit earlier than when he actually did. All right, Ari now, a little bit back against the wall. Got the 4x4 in his hand. That's his comfort puzzle, the one he's the best at. Loosen up his joints, getting all the tension out of his system so he can solve at his absolute peak performance.
It's so interesting.
I'm ready.
I know, right? Expecting the puzzle really deep into his lap here.
8 seconds.
Full white piece is already oriented. Quick on that timer release. That was a pretty good looking F12 solution. Was able to skip OLL as well. 714.
Yeah,
Looking pretty.
That was extremely efficient from Mario and Pearson.
Yes.
I loved it. Barely rotating at all, I think.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. Because it didn't look like he was turning that fast up until like the very end there.
No, not at all.
And did good awareness to transition into Olo. All right, Kavin now.
What is this? How buff he looks.
His very big shoulders, huh? All right, here we go. There's that block again. Second block. Now he must be starting CMLO here. 9 mover into what looked like a pretty easy LSE case.
Yeah. The LSE so far has been saving him just a little bit lucky on those blocks.
Yeah, I'm not super confident, so take this with a grain of salt, everyone. I want to say he had all edges oriented there on that LSE.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, of course, quite a good case to do. Then at that point, you're just permuting stuff around.
But already having a lot more variant while Kavin staying within range right now. However, Kavin does not have a fast enough couple solves thus far to really compete with the group.
Right, yeah, this is where it's really interesting to see because yes, Ari does have a higher variance, but because he has a 7, he can actually kind of go into it a little bit more. He has a better chance to get a better average if he can pull something out here.
Yeah.
Solve number 3 upcoming.
I'm ready.
Alright, he's fully collected himself now. Once again, eyeing that white cross. All competitors so far who use CFOP at least have been doing white cross.
Yeah.
12 seconds of inspection gone. Here we go. Unfortunate little bit of execution error at F12-2. 892 overall. A bit subpar, I want to say.
In this solution, he had a little bit more trouble with the look ahead. Not confidence-inspiring turning for that specific situation. He looked hesitant.
That I feel like hesitant is a really good word.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like he just wasn't able to commit to anything particularly well, so he had to slow turn the whole way through. Alright, Kavin now. That looks like a... Oh no, that's not a 2x2. That was a really efficient first block.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, that was a...
Wow, this is a lot better.
That was really interesting.
Yeah.
I was about to say that was a really long second block until I realized CMLL was done.
Yeah.
So that just means that he flowed into it really well.
Yeah, it was
Good solution.
It was really his last one.
Yeah. I mean, he's looked really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
749, one of the faster solves we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harsha, what's with Kavin's green side? He is a bit colorblind. Because of that, there are stickers on his puzzle. Now, before everyone complains, why is this allowed? It is explicitly allowed in the regulations for disabilities to have slightly modified puzzles. That's why he has extra stickers on that side.
I'm ready.
Number 4 upcoming. Right, unfortunately, has given a little bit back here. He lost a tad bit of his momentum. Maybe he can get it to swing back.
This is a very, very...
This has been fluid thus far.
Wow.
Bit locky on the G-perm, but 774, he has kind of brought it back a little bit.
It was locky, but also he oriented all of his edges on that 4th F2L pair.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
He did, he was going to basically create a better last layer case for
Right.
himself.
Yeah, and that he did. Ended up with one of the T cases. The all edges oriented, unfortunately, ended up with the G-perm instead.
Yeah, and it looks like Ari's best possible average with a 793. He can overtake first place.
That's correct. He needs to make 714 count. Kavin on number 4, same thing. He's going to have a very pivotal solve here. This is really going to give us a range of what he can expect. Wow, that did not look like a very good first block, unfortunately, and kind of not great execution either on the second one.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Getting the the LSC that you don't want.
Yeah, that
it took a bit longer, and that was
Yeah.
also more of the normal regressing to the mean with your probabilities.
Yeah, unfortunate from him. 840 is his best possible average. He cannot beat Vismay.
Ari Randa's Pearson has the chance to take over first place. However, 714 for him is not the easiest to beat, considering the circuit.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Ari is really a tale of two cities here right now. He may either BPA and take over first place, or he could WPA and get 4th place instantly.
Yeah.
Last bit of collecting himself, taking a deep breath.
Sorry, delegate. Sorry.
Oh, looks like
Interesting.
Yeah, looks like that there was a miscommunication of whether or not Ari was ready.
Looks like we're going to see a switch of judges here.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how this is going to. Ari.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
resetting.
Yeah, this is very certainly very interesting. The regulations do say that the competitors have a minute to get ready, but I'm not sure what happens in this case. Does that reset at all?
I don't think. I think at this point the competitor does have some. That was a little bit.
Yeah, what? That was...
But that's why he's taking the additional time to warm.
Yeah. Definitely take some time to kind of just reset whatever just happened there. We don't really know, but just time to just forget about it. The head tilt off to the side.
I wonder. Can we get? What if that judge just really needed to potty?
Not gonna lie, that was my best theory.
Okay, let's.
All right, remember everyone, this is the same scramble that Joaquin Ruenes Hernandez got a 5-second solve on. What will Ari find? Bit of a different solution here. It's slightly longer.
Oh
my goodness!
Fantastic! A PLL skip. Did he recognize the last layer?
I don't know if he recognized that. That was absolutely
goodness.
absurd.
Ari.
5.08. He's got to be happy with that one. That is a new PR for Ari Randers Pearson.
Congratulations to Ari. This last scramble has been epic thus far.
And I'm telling you, there's a 2x2x1. Sorry, there's a 2x1x1 that is calling Kavin's name right now.
Yeah. And by the way, to sort of highlight to people who are watching this for the first time, we're treating scramble secrecy in a way to where Ari does not know what that 5th scramble is, and that's why we have to make sure that in the green room there's no technology for these broadcasts.
Exactly.
You need to know that other competitors are not getting good results on specific times, so you can come in with a clean mindset.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kavin now. Yeah, he did take advantage of that block initially.
Oh my goodness,
This
that's
is a fast
really
solve from him
fast.
too. 640.
This is going to be very, very interesting to see how
This
people
is gonna be
react to
fun.
this. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. If another one of our top competitors can find the solution Ari did,
Yeah.
we are in for a treat, Mr. Michael Chai.
This is amazing. Ari Randers Pearson with the 508. I actually didn't even think about it, the fact that he needed to beat 714, and it was just simply done.
It was just done. I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The mic levels are killer. Apologies, everyone. We are getting a little bit excited here. I mean, if you saw that solution, what did we just see? That was absurd. I'm thinking what it was is some kind of either a winter variation or a VLS. I couldn't completely tell. That just happened to be a PLL skip.
Yeah, he did have that square OLL, and there's a lot of easy ways to recognize because that OLL creates a lot of blocks that are possible that create a lot of possibilities to recognize specific cases.
Yeah.
In fact, those type of cases, and for example, like the lightning OLLs, those they have an entire series made by Jaden McNeil about it's like a one look glass layer index or something like that on YouTube.
There you go.
So
there
those
you go.
variations of algorithms, yeah.
We know Ari is a very smart solver, so.
Who currently has WR top 100 from Los Angeles, California,
Alright.
Ethan Ye.
All right, Ethan Ye. He's also WR top 100 for clock now, the reigning Western champion as of just earlier today.
Congratulations to Ethan Ye.
Classic competitor, man.
Got a PR with a 763, and we'll see what he has to offer.
He actually recently PR'd in 3x3 3 weeks ago as well. It's on a hot streak.
Yeah.
North American Championship 24 from Atlanta, Georgia, Vishwa Sankar.
And here we go. He's our one and only Vishwa Sankar, VS9 cubing.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the cubers who traveled all the way to Cubing USA Western Championship.
Yeah, man.
I thought it was amazing to see people like Chris Chi. It was amazing to see people like Marcus Kamen, Vishwa Sankar,
Ari.
Krish, or Ari, all of these competitors. Thank you so much. The West Coast loves you.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. We love to see top competitors from all around the country.
So Vish, the top seed here. Something to keep in mind is that in 6x6, he needed a 26-second solve to win 6x6, and he was unable to get the job done.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to affect his mindset here, too. Pretty disappointing performance from him. What can I say? All right, Vignay now.
Right.
With an official 7.63. This is PR. What is he going to find on solve number 1? Once again, dealing with the white cross. Bit of a fluff on that F204 execution. Decent OLL PLL, 815.
Yeah, that solve, again, we've said this a few times, was saved by that last layer with a very nice well into what I believe would be a T.
Yeah, good overall solution from a competitor who, averages like high 7s. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a good solve to kind of just settle into the environment.
Alright, so Vishwa getting started.
Looks like he's going to approach it from a different angle, although still doing white.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh. Soon into, what was that, F perm?
G perm.
Into a G
GB perm, yeah. Because the GB perm, you start with the F prime U.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 880. I mean, the only thing I'm going to say there is that was lucky.
Yeah. But you know what, Vishwa, seasoned competitor. And Ethan Ye probably doesn't have as much under his belt in terms of big competition nerves, and Vishwa has been there.
That's right.
And he's done that.
I mean, this is his opportunity to kind of test the waters a little bit, test his nerves.
Yeah. If you want to be at Clock World Championship Finals, you gotta be able to deal with this.
Yeah. Oh, this is the least you got to deal with.
Yeah.
So he was looking at yellow momentarily, but looks like he's regressed back to white once again.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna stick to white. Good looking first two pairs.
Nice.
Last pair a little bit pausey, but then another G perm 772.
I really like that last F2L pair. Always like to see, I believe, to be some keyhole. Always nice to insert that corner into the D layer using some trickery.
Yeah, I mean the trickery is always good to see, provided the competitors can pull it off.
And by the way, keyhole is great because on the fourth pair, because you can predict your all very, very.
Yep. Minimal number of pieces move around. All right, Vishwa now needs to bounce back a little bit.
Yeah.
And once again, kind of locking on F12-4, carrying that through to the rest of the solve. 902. I feel like that's really the difference maker.
I'm gonna have to remember how Vish made it, but Vishwa has been probably the most aggressive turning. He has the most aggressive turning speed that we've seen thus far.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
It's not helping him right now because he's got a lot of lockup issues.
Yeah. And unfortunately, his solutions aren't short enough to the point where you can mitigate it just by being more efficient.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be more controlled. All right, he's dialed in. Pretty decent start to his average so far. He's very, very solidly holding this orientation. What does he see? Couple quick rotations in F2L, going into his last pair.
What in the
Skipped
world was that?
Skipped OLL, 740.
I was not able to follow that solution at all, especially on that transition to OLO.
Yeah, 780. My bad. Sorry, I misspoke. But yeah, that was a really interesting solution. I liked his turning there.
Yeah. What I will say is he's doing quite well, and he's on pace to take over Ari. And this is not even talking about the last off.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Vishwa now. He really needs this one to bounce back.
Wow.
Great start.
That
into
is
OLO.
an amazing solve thus far.
And a good, solid execution on what looked to me like a G perm.
Yeah. That's
one of the better G perms too.
It was pretty good up until after all 3,
Mhm.
and then was trying to get fancy with it pretty much, and yeah,
But then he
didn't work out in his favor.
He decided to pull it back a little bit. You know, he had that U case, the UZ below, just did the basic 9 mover. Ended up with the G perm, one of the better G perms. Not too bad. 7. I said he needed to come back a little bit, and he's got it.
He did come back, yes.
Deep breath for Ethan.
If I'm Ethan, I need this for a solve.
He's going to be looking for a low 7 here to give himself a chance. Once again, he's holding this orientation very solidly. See something special here.
Oh, he
Slow
did
start.
He did a U2 and a U2. I'm not a fan of that.
And yeah, that was the JA at the end.
It was a good solution, don't get me wrong. And then it was just a JA perm getting a little bit back. It backed him up a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a very good solution.
Yeah.
I think just unfortunately for him, just kind of ended up locking up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now that's the tricky part. Why JA is gotta finish visual solve first, and it looks like he made a little mistake.
A perm.
That's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take it. What I was referencing with the JA perm, sometimes it is really difficult to execute the RUL.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that RUL at the very end is tricky.
Yeah.
834.
All right, so now best possible, worst possible have been populated. Ethan Ye has a very good chance to beat Ari Randers Pearson.
Yeah.
Ari with 793. Ethan Ye's worst possible 794. He just needs to beat 815. If he gets a sub 8, he is in first place in this first half of head-to-head finals.
If he gets a low 8, he probably wins as well. But he needs to get as fast as possible. Vishwa out of contention, but you know, we'll see how he does on this scramble as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one that 3 out of 4 competitors have BPA'd on.
So we also see that there's an interesting blue-red.
Exactly. Yep.
And instantly going for that.
Interesting. He did do FF Prime though. This is not one of his better solves. 847. He did worst possible average, unfortunately.
If I were in his shoes, I would have spent a little bit more time and see how I would implement that X cross with the blue-red solution.
Yep, because it looks like he had an idea, but just was not able to execute on it.
Correct. And I am now realizing that this is a world record scramble.
8 seconds.
Vishwa now looking pretty good. F2L4 done. OLL into another A perm. 7.52.
So I am now realizing that this is actually potentially a world record scramble.
All right, tell me all about it.
So first off, you're gonna have to follow me, but this is a green-blue line. Right? And I want to caveat this, by the way. The competitors obviously do not know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? But there is a green line with the red and the orange that is completely solved, and also that orange has edges on the orange side that is completely complete.
Interesting. All edges oriented.
Yeah. The orange has a great start. The green has a great start. You're more likely than not going to at least be able to do a double X cross.
And this is huge because Max Park is his default colors are green and blue.
Yeah, that's going to be the kicker.
Remains to be seen. We're going to see that at the very end of head-to-head finals, perhaps.
You guys have to stay tuned for this.
We're halfway through. We got the fastest 6 solvers left. And man, this is heating up. This is exciting.
Yeah, I am very, very intrigued.
Our 6th seed.
All right, so we are announcing the 6th seed currently.
On his WCA profile. From El Dorado Hills, California, Paul Mavi.
Paul Mavi, competitor from Northern California, as you said, a very accomplished competitor, especially in terms of big cubes. One of the best competitors we have in California.
Yeah. Paul Mavi is amazing. He's a great cuber, great person, by the way. And by the way, we have Varun Mohan Raj in the 5th seed.
Varun Mohan Raj, my grandson. I got him on the podium here. Let's see what he can do. He is also white cross only, so we're going to see pretty similar. We may see very similar solutions that we've seen from the other competitors.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see if he can find something really good and execute because he has the TPS to do it.
This is going to be very, very interesting. Varun won't be able to capitalize on that portion of the scramble, but also keep in mind, I'm analyzing a portion of the scramble that's not white and yellow.
That's right. Right. But actually, now that I'm realizing this, Paul is also a green cross solver.
Yes, Paul is a green cross solver, so we will have
Let's see
insight
what he does
on what Max Park's 5th solve might look like.
You're gonna have to point these out once we get to
Yes.
solve number 5. That's
Absolutely.
the magic scramble.
It truly isn't like if I got the scramble personally as green blue, I would be ecstatic.
All right, everyone. We are now entering the second half of head-to-head finals with the 6th seed versus the 5th seed.
Oh man, Manu, my spidey senses are tingling right now.
I'm leaning in. We got the gamer lean going on here. I'm as nervous as the competitors are. All right, what will Paul see? We will see a completely different solution from anything we've seen so far. That green cross. That was unfortunately a really big pause during F201. Can he recover?
That was really unfortunate for Paul. He did a ton of rotations, and what's interesting is that some of his F2L solutions, he will do a trigger, rotate, insert the pair. And that's not something you can do at this level if you want to win.
If you're rotating, you're not turning.
Yeah. General rule of thumb, and again, it's a guideline, not a rule. When you rotate, you want to rotate before or after execution.
All right, Varun, now, what is he going to do on this white cross? White cross only? What? White cross on top. Interesting. That's very unique. Preserve that pair. Is this a ZP? Yes, it is.
It's the
Yes, it
easy
is.
ZB.
Is that
It's
the
the
easy
Y
one?
perm
If you're
ZB.
watching at home, you all know this one. Just do R prime, Y perm, and then R. Very, very simple. Good recognition from Varun.
Absolutely. That was impressive. I gotta say, he spent nearly every second of inspection.
Yeah. And man, I really like that pair that he preserved.
Yeah.
That looked really, really good.
Varun's got a clutch up. He doesn't.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He has a real chance at a PR.
He doesn't know. The scrams are good. The solutions are out there.
Wow.
Can our competitors find it?
8 seconds.
8 seconds of inspection used. Unfortunately, Paul just doesn't look like he's able to execute super well. Relatively short solution, though.
He did pretty well with his last layer. He's spending about 2 seconds on last layer. He didn't finish F2 until like 5 seconds. And, you know, at the end of the day, the last layer saved him a lot. And it wasn't that easy to use.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Tension up a little bit as Varun is going into solve number 2 now. We see some good solving out from all the previous solvers. everyone else has used white cross or has done roux. What can you figure out here? Not the easiest solution from the two pieces that I saw there. It's gonna have to be a little bit creative, right? Sounds right to me.
Oh, wow.
Good turn speed coming out here. Good solution for that last OLL to orient.
That's a great solution, and obviously in inspection he didn't preserve, but he looked ahead to the what I believe to be the red-green pair, quickly inserting into the right slot.
No, he's on a good pace right now.
Yeah.
Now we were talking about PR potential. Ruenes' PR is 6.15. So he's got a shot.
Yeah. Varun will need about one more good solve here, and we will see something spectacular.
8 seconds.
All has green on bottom now. Hudson Kent on the green cross.
Very impressive start to the solve.
Yeah, he started off really well. Unfortunately, I feel like... Actually, I was going to say his turning was not particularly good, but at the end, he really did recover.
Yeah. That is interesting to see Paul have a great start, and what do we call it? 25-cent start, 5-cent finish? 10-cent start, 5... What is it?
Sounds familiar, but I'm not confident enough to finish it.
Sorry, Paul. You get the stray of the hour.
Varun using a double hand warmer and the hot breath into the hands to warm strat. What can you see here? A couple of interesting things that I can see at least on white.
Varun starting with white on top, still white cross.
Yeah, unfortunately,
This is a fantastic solution. And the peel
yeah, so
completely messed him up.
slight execution error at the end of F2L and that G-perm at the end. I mean, if it weren't for that lockup, he was looking at a sub-7 here, most certainly. I mean, he's still on pace for a sub-7 average, but he needs to really lock in. Unfortunately, I think his chances at PR are dwindling.
Yeah, so that OLL2 it's a pretty easy execution, but it's one of those algs that if you do it in comp, it's not super easy to not lock up on it.
8 seconds.
Hall picked up the cube in this orientation, has kept it here the whole time. What does he see? You were talking about rotations. That was almost 0 rotations in that solve. Just one forward and one back. 7, 5, 8.
Yeah, the easy BOLO. What is it? The F reverse for rough?
Yeah.
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 As you call it, the PLL is not great, but if I'm Paul, I take that solve any day of the week.
BPA, WPA populated for him. He has a chance to take, or not take over the top spot, but he can put himself into the contention.
This is pivotal. That 7-4-3 cannot be relevant in this average.
8 seconds.
8 seconds of inspection, taking a bit more. Starting off strong here from Varun. Looking good. Going into OLL, another ZB.
Oh no, that is the tricky UZB, and he took the risk.
He took the risk.
That ZB is not the easiest to solve. You have to start with an F, U, and then what I believe is a standard algorithm and an undo.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't really seem like... you gotta wonder, maybe he should have just taken the OLL, the 9 mover.
I mean, the thing is that OLL was not great either.
Yeah, it's not a good OLL.
You know, at the end of the day, you have to take these risks. When he's on a bigger stage, he will need to execute that alg.
Okay, here we go. Here's the magical solve number 5. The one that we think is going to be particularly good on green cross. All doing the green cross onto OLL. A-perm here. 764. Unfortunately, felt like his solution was... I mean, relatively decent solution, maybe slightly subpar solution, but the lockups just did not help him.
I think, you know, Paul wasn't able to take advantage of that scramble, but he hasn't been solving great this entire finals. Alright, and this is the money shot. And we see the big,
Yeah, I see it.
the
I see
big
it.
red blue amongst many other things on this scram.
12.
Taking an extra second in inspection just to look through. Nice.
Congratulations to Varun Mohan Raj. This is confirmation that, dude, this is going to be interesting.
What's interesting is it's good on both white and green.
Yeah, and wow, that is phenomenal. Now, Varun, I don't think he realized that he was on. Obviously, you can't, but being on PR pace up until those sevens, because you almost knew that he was going to take advantage of that fifth round.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I think that's the interesting thing about this situation right now is we know.
We know, they don't know.
Yeah,
They don't know.
and we're calling it every single time.
And I mean, it makes sense now. You look back at it, right?
Yeah.
No wonder, like, out of how many competitors have gone, half of them have BPA'd. 8 competitors have gone, 4 of them have BPA'd.
Yeah,
Just off that last solve.
and we only have 4 left. So the 4th competitor, Shah-Nathwani, and the 3rd place is Jeremy Bulambot.
Yeah, a couple of competitors outside of the Western region. Once again, welcome to have them here. Here are the standings as they stand. Varun Mohan Raj is solidly in first, 6-5-5.
Varun will be able to have a really good idea of where he stands on the podium after this match.
You're absolutely correct. Yeah. After this point, someone will be guaranteed to get onto the podium.
Yeah.
At the Rubik's WCA North America Championship 2024 from Worcester, Massachusetts, Shah-Nathwani.
Wait, did Worcester?
Yeah,
You mean like Worcestershire?
I think it's something like that. Yeah. Look, dude, they got weird names out east.
Dude, we got some crazy vocabulary here. Like, we got Tangtar Tharakul, we got
Worcester, Massachusetts.
Shah-Nathwani, Worcester, Massachusetts. I'm not sure, man. It couldn't be any worse than the England city with the
Worcestershire.
No, it's,
Oh, the one in Wales.
and that's me, Krish.
There he is.
All right, and Jeremy coming up, of course, honorary West Coast member from Arizona.
We got some state record holders going back to back at each other, Massachusetts
Ooh.
and Arizona.
Ooh, this is
That's kind of cool.
this is gonna be intense, man.
That's kind of cool.
Hey, if you're supporting Krish, make sure you let him know.
Oh yeah, we got to hear it in the chat. We got to hear it in the chat.
If you support Jeremy, make sure you let him know. We want the tribalism.
The cubing fedora is in full force here. He's squat down, glasses off, beaver in front. All smiles, got his hand warmers ready. I believe Krish is already got his cube. He's gonna get us started. Now the scramble one is the one that we just saw Varun get a 5 on. Krish is gonna be the first person to solve on yellow. Bit locky there on F203,
Not
but a solid
bad.
finish.
Yeah.
Solid finish.
He was a little bit locky overall through the solve. Not a lot of moves in his solution. You know, I gotta say, Krish, he's got the drip.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can't be actually somewhat unironically can't be underrated. If you feel good, if you dress well to make yourself feel good, that's extra confidence going into it.
Mm-hmm.
Dress for battle. All right, Jeremy initially looking at yellow, but now looking at the white cross instead, just as everyone else has before him. Unfortunately, looks like he kind of locked up a little bit as well, but I mean, pretty solid solution in the end, 6-7-1.
The OLL PLL was a pretty good combination. Well, not so much the PLL. The OLL was great. You know, you never can complain about reverse free ref.
Mm-hmm. Both competitors right now in good position to chase after their PRs, mid-6s for each of them.
Yeah.
Krish once again looks like he's going to have yellow on bottom. Yeah. I like his turning there. His turning through F12 was pretty good.
Krish, you know, that's one of those OLLs. I'm surprised that Krish doesn't know it. With the line OLL, you should be able to either take advantage of it and force an EPLL. He didn't get diag, but that's one of those where I'd imagine he would be able to do it.
Mm.
Very easy to learn whether or not you see that the matching is on the oriented corners or the unoriented corners.
Jeremy Bulambot now. Solve number 2. He's also eyeing, well, Initially eyeing yellow, but back to white once again.
8 seconds.
Back to yellow, still hasn't decided what exactly he's going to do. That usually is not a good sign. Kind of can tell here, a bit of a longer solution. He's turning fast to try and catch up. Soon ended up permuting all of his corners, so U-perm to finish.
Yeah. Not the smoothest E-perm, though. That E-perm, I mean, not E-perm, U-perm.
Yeah, not the smoothest U-perm. Alright, will Krish find an 11 move DR into a short HDR finish and get a 3?
Possibly.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of EO done, so
Yeah,
let's scrap that.
We might have to wait for the fizzle for that.
Good start to the solution, going into OLL now.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately rough execution on that OLL.
Almost feels like he did a 5th pair. I don't think he did, but it did feel that
yeah,
way.
I know. I thought he was on his last pair, but then he ended up inserting something into the back right.
Something to pay attention to if you're watching a top advanced 3x3 solver. You want to be able to see if the F2L pair that they're going to eventually work on, if that corner is oriented facing up. So if you're doing the white cross, is the white sticker facing up? Because usually top competitors will avoid that,
Right.
or manipulate it to get an easier solution.
Yep. This one is looking like, once again, Jeremy kind of flipping in between his crosses. Looks like he's decided on a white cross though.
Yep.
Good start to the solution so far. Smooth into OLO.
Fantastic soon. Fantastic solution. He's doing pretty well. Like, you can't really complain at this point.
It's just I feel like there's just a little bit of execution that needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and these
Yeah.
are, and that one was definitely a 6.
Yeah, it was definitely a 6. But Jeremy, honestly, like, he's everywhere. He's got a 6, a 7, and an 8. And Krish, a little bit more consistent. Remember, we're looking out for that scramble. And this 4th solve will indicate very clearly how this average is going to go.
Yeah. Krish needs to come back a little bit, I think. Yellow again. Big pause there, but looks like he solved quite a bit of F2L. This is going to be a ZVL?
He
Not
does
quite.
not know it. And he plus
Plus
2.
2'd.
Krish within 10.48.
Unfortunate for Krish.
You can see right there, yeah, he just held up the L. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a good average for him.
Now, this is-
729 BPA. Nice.
I joke about this, but if you're struggling through 4 solves and this particular scramble set, that 5th solve is worth it.
Mhm.
You can really go for your single.
Yeah.
I really don't know how else to say. You have to stay and watch what Max Park does on it.
Jeremy's also looking on yellow here. Gonna go for it. Yeah, he had a lot of corners that were oriented up. Fixing all of that now. And G-perm, GA, I want to say.
Not so bad. Both of these competitors are probably out of contention to beat Varun at the very least.
Oh yeah, they're out to. Yeah, there's no way they can beat Varun. And Varun has like 655, so
That also means that Varun is guaranteed a podium.
he's guaranteed the podium now.
Yeah. All right, so this is the coveted scramble.
All right, what magic are we going to see here? Looks like Krish is going to go for white cross. Wow, that was a good X cross.
Man, every time I see this, there's just so many
And a nut.
blocks.
And E-perma plus 2.
Krish with a
9.49.
Oh,
The
man.
the start looked so good,
I
but
think he
unfortunately,
knows it. I think he knows that he missed out on a great opportunity here.
I mean, he executed that X cross to perfection.
Yeah.
F2 was looking really good. Unfortunately, got stuck with a pretty sub-average
All right,
algorithm.
Jeremy Bulambot, his current single is 476. Let's see what he can do. Wow, I just cannot unsee the green line.
I mean, it is right in front of us, to be fair. Once again, also doing that X cross into the back. A-perm, also plus 2ing. There, we got a twin of plus 2s, unfortunately kind of spoiling this matchup.
Congratulations,
So something that's
you are
interesting watching Jeremy do that solve is he opted to do lefty A-perm.
Yeah,
Now, I know lefty A-perm is quite common, but you have to make that argument that at some point, if you're going to prioritize using your left hand, you're going to have issues running into regripping and eventually lockups, just as Jeremy saw right there.
yeah, it's just very unfortunate. I feel like his average is kind of just all caught up in a lot of locks,
Yeah.
and you just can't help but think, but if they were a bit cleaner execution and slightly less nerves in it, he could have had a pretty magical. I think he could have gotten a sub 7 average.
Yeah, so generally speaking, if you're getting guidance on how to improve on 3x3, the what has been working for a lot of people is that you have a dominant hand, in this case right hand, and a non-dominant hand, and you don't want to avoid learning specific alg sets. A lot of people will try to learn lefty and righty to save on their need to learn certain alg sets because they can sort of recall it and like reverse it on the left hand.
Right.
But it creates a lot of issues for how smooth your solve can ultimately be.
No, yeah, that's absolutely definitely true. That's why there are different versions of algs that are developed in the end.
Correct. Now, at the end of the day, it's whatever is your solve preference.
Our second speed. Current square one average world record holder from Seattle, Washington, Max Shao.
All right, Max Xiao onto the stream into head-to-head finals now. Onto our second seed.
All right.
Podium at the World Championships in Square One. Been in many finals in his career. He is a top-class competitor. Used to the nerves. Let's see if he can pull out an average to beat Varun.
I did make a hot take, not necessarily in this competition, that he would get a sub 4. I think it's not a hot take looking at that screen.
We'll see.
By the way, this is a rematch of 2023.
Yes, this is.
We love you, Max.
Yeah.
We love you, Max. And Max Park it is. And playing proprietary DG the Artist music.
What's funny to say is actually, Chris Martin mentioned he had 83 world records. That is an incorrect statistic. He has 85 world records now. 2 world records broken yesterday that we saw live on the stream. 6x6 single and mean. This guy is one of the greatest cubers to ever do it.
All right, we got DG Artist kicking right now. I don't know if you can hear it on the stream, but I'm vibing. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, show DG this. Yeah, totally.
Oh man, that's amazing. Shout out to DG the Artist. All right, now we have to get serious. So this is the Battle of Max, a rematch of Western Champs 2023. Now here's the deal. The scrams are scrams, right? But the fifth and final solve that we need to see has a gigantic set of blocks that only Max Park can take advantage of currently.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final matchup of Western Championships 2024. Max Xiao to get us started here. And solve number 1. There are some good solutions already done on this solve. Can you find what Varun did and get a mid-5? Just kick things off here.
8 seconds.
Yellow cross.
12.
Bit unfortunate to start.
Excellent solution, and he
This
definitely
is
knows
definitely
that
ZB.
ZB. A 540 to start.
540.
That is incredibly good from
There we
Max
go.
Xiao.
There we go. This is exactly what he needed to start things off here.
And here's the deal. Max Xiao has spent a lot of time learning ZBs. Max Xiao is one of the few people, I believe, will not choke recognizing a ZB, especially a TZB alone.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolute top class recognition and top class execution from Max Xiao. Now, onto the other Max. As the color neutral solver, he has a choice of 6 different crosses. Which one is he going to pick here? Is he going to pick the yellow cross, the white cross, something completely different?
8 seconds.
Looks like he's decided. Yeah, yellow cross it is.
Very smooth solution.
Yeah, excellent turning from him. Looks like he ended up kind of canceling that. 7-11 though. That is quite off the pace of what we expect from Max Park.
I feel like that's Caster's curse here. I said it was smooth, and then OLOPLO hit.
Yeah.
Also, that was something worth noting. That was a T case for OLO. So I'm curious if Max wanted to recognize.
Maybe. I did see him do F prime F.
Yeah.
So looks like he just ended up deciding to cancel something into it. Max Xiao looking really good right now. Couldn't compose himself.
Dude, honestly, if I'm Max Xiao, I am nervous in my mind.
He's looking around a little bit more. Got blue on top here. It's gonna end up being yellow. Yep. Olo bit locky into PLL. 6:45, not too bad. This is looking good. He's well ahead of Varun so far.
Yeah, so that solve for Max Xiao looked a little bit uneasy. He composed himself. No lockups. But there were some pauses there that made you feel like that this solve was going to be a lot slower than it really was.
All eyes on the current world record holder, the current world champion, the North American champion. So many accolades to his name. Solve number 2 after a poor first solve from Max Park.
See if he can bounce back.
Got a couple of options here. There is that F2L pair that's already done on yellow. Will he preserve that? Yep, he did.
Great Olo, great PLO.
Wow, what was that?
Wait,
what was that?
I was saying great PLO, but then he locked up halfway through.
This is crazy because through F2L he looked really, really good there. 9-4-6 with the +2. What was that PLL execution? That is extremely uncharacteristic.
Not too sure, but he obviously recognized the PLO straight out of that OLL. So that OLL is the wide R algorithm set. That's a very easy algorithm to lock up.
This is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very different than what I had expected going to this.
Something to consider with that OLL is that you have to regrip for that OLL and maybe regrip him back to PLL. It made it very difficult. This is actually getting very, very dramatic.
Oh well. I don't have to win here. Ready. I got you.
Taking a little bit of an extra second to dial in. You can see that Max Xiao himself is also feeling the pressure a little bit.
Boy.
He's taking a lot of time in inspection here. 12 seconds have already
Max
passed.
Xiao's thumb is shaking beyond belief.
So, now the short recognitions of the PLL 719.
He got the same OLL, the inverse. He got the similar OLL case to Max Park from the previous solve. So now we are able to elaborate the same algorithm set. You got to regrip. It's not super easy to execute in a high tension situation.
What are we going to see from Max Park here? He has his back against the wall. I'm very confident in saying he has the back against the wall. If anyone can dig it out from here, it is Max Park. He is clutch incarnate.
Yeah.
8 seconds.
He's got green on bottom right now. Green cross it is.
Great solution. That's a terrible OLL though. The OLL is a terrible case to deal with. It's that line. It's a C OLL with the non-existent line on the side. It's just a dot. You never want that.
6.27 here. I mean, a really good looking solution for Max, but like, once again, that last layer execution, just a little bit off.
So not only is Max Xiao currently beating Max Park, but Varun Mohanraj is in first place.
He's ahead of Max Park.
With a 655 average.
He's ahead of Max Park. With scramble number 5 on deck, yet to be seen. This room is silent, everyone.
My heart is palpitating. I wonder what Max is feeling. Because he knows. He can lock it now.
Yeah, he's in a really, really good spot. Projected to be number 1 right now. Wow. He's taking a lot of his time in inspection. Decided to go for the white cross as expected.
Left Fatsoon. Left Fatsoon 589. This is going to turn into a fantastic average here.
He's going to end up with a really good BPA here.
Now Max has a very hard time with nerves. That fifth scram, even though it's great, I'm not sure if Max Xiao will be able to execute considering the circumstances.
It remains to be seen. His WPA is going to be Varun Mohanraj.
Okay, so Max Park. This is high tension.
He needs something fantastic here. He needs to claw himself back into this.
Starting on
Green cross again.
Good Olo.
Continues turning all the way through. This was it. This was what he needed. 5.98. Everyone, we have a final solve for you upcoming. An absolute
Max Park
Wow.
with the best possible average of 645.
Anyone can win right now.
Hold on.
Anyone can
Give
win.
me a
Varun
second.
Mohanraj can win. Max Xiao can win. Max Park can also win.
And
On a
Max,
scramble that's coming up that we've seen amazing solutions on so far, and with the potential for Max Park to build something truly magical.
this is the scramble.
Capital T, capital S, the scramble. There's not a single person in this room who can do anything except focus on Max Xiao right now. And there it is, everyone.
The magic scramble.
8 seconds.
He's looking at that white cross, trying to see what can we extend into. Same solution into the back as we saw earlier. Here's the OLL. Botched execution a little bit into
Oh,
CPOL.
no.
8.21. He has worst possible averaged.
Max Shao with an 8.21.
This 6.51. He is in first place right now, ahead of Varun Mohanraj, but Max Park, with the best possible average, can win it all right here.
Manu, I don't want to be that guy that writes the script right now. Really targeting the green cross.
Yeah, it's facing him. He's going to do a rotation first. Oh, he did blue cross. 5.21 to best possible average.
Interesting. He went blue.
He went for blue.
He went for blue. What
He pulled off one of the best
interesting
solves we've
solution.
seen in this finals. Max Park, everyone, has won it here with the best possible average. When we talk about clutch,
Wow.
Max Park is the name.
Congratulations to Max Park, our Western champion. That was incredible. Oh my God, you see me standing.
We were actually like this close to the screen when as that last solve was going. This has been an incredible Western Championships 2024, a fantastic head-to-head finals. Definitely there was a script writer in the business here. It was not one of us, but man, what an absolute fantastic finish.
Man, that was crazy. We can see the live rankings there. They need to be updated a little bit because from third place, just shot up into first place to take that. I mean, he was this close to missing out, and with the +2 on that second solve as well.
7-7 to start things off. He is back against the wall. This is extremely uncharacteristic of Max Park.
And then it just got better and better and better, and that's what Max can do sometimes.
This
He
is what
can be
experience
so
is.
clutch.
Because Max has so much experience in these high-tension moments, in these head-to-head finals. He needed to do this as well on the last solve at the World Championship to win it by .01. He has finished at the top here by .06 over Max Xiao, sitting right next to him. .1 over Varun Mohanraj, who competed just prior.
And now .06.
.06 separated the two Maxes in this one.
What a solve. What a story.